Get notifications and stay updated every time I post a challenge podcast by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all and hope you enjoy. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mike Lewis podcast. And my guest today, I guess you could call this a little bit of an introduction because his time was cut short when we did have him on our screens. But please help me welcome my guest today, Mr. Alan Valdez from War of the Worlds 1. How are you doing, Alan?
Very good. Let me make the introduction. Let me congratulate you. You say the name right. Most American people don't say it right, but you got it right.
Yeah, actually, this is a fun fact, and I'm glad you pointed that out, too. I'm glad I was able to get it right. My godfather actually has the same name as yours, but it's pronounced like the American version of it. It's like Alan. So
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, whatever works.
But I know that, that was kind of like your pronunciation. I didn't want to mess that up, so I'm glad I was able to get that correct. We're off to a good start. But yeah, I do want to hop in now and kind of talk about everything that I'm sure people are going to want to hear about. But before I do, I got to start off, man, because it's been a crazy past year. What has it kind of been like for you?
Oh, man, I think an adjustment. Definitely the hardest year last year for me, but he gave me the biggest lessons, and adjusting to that new lifestyle, I'm so much better this year than I was last year as a person in all kinds of ways, spiritual, personal, work, mentality. So I used it as a tool for growth.
Yeah, man, that's all you can do. It's been a crazy adjustment and transition for a lot of people, but I think now we could kind of talk about, because people want to know now, because your time was cut a little short. So let's start it off now. Who is Alan Valdez? Where do you come from? Like, what's your kind of upbringing now?
Oh yeah, it's that I wasn't home early. I feel like I have a cool story to tell, and I didn't get a chance to show my personality. I'm actually outgoing, extroverted. I have a big personality, but I didn't get a chance to show it. To be honest with you, I didn't know exactly what I was getting into. Like didn't watch the challenge before that. I watched a few episodes when I got casted, and so I needed to study what I was doing. Like it's not the same either, because so what? Listen, everybody there has done reality TV before, and I didn't. What I did, I was acting Spanish soap operas. Uh, so like it was, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how much people were playing a character, or how much people were playing the cameras, or how much people they were being themselves. And it's actually the three things. People, it's just it's just so impressive to see them act. So basically, they're just hanging out, but when the camera comes, like these people have a switch and they turn it on like 50 times, and like that was impressive for me to watch to be there. And so English is not my first language, and everybody speaking so fast, and then the people from the UK speak a different accent. It was hard to understand. So by the time I was picking up a conversation and I wanted to say something, they already changed topic like 3 times. And these people were like this. Imagine basically being with the class clown of all your generations in school. Well, put that from that person from every country and put them in a house, all the class clowns. It's just like, it's overwhelming, but
No,
it was a learning experience. It was short and painful for me, unfortunately, but it was a cool experience. I'm thankful that I got to participate in something like that, even though it was short, but it's a cool story.
No, yeah, definitely. We're gonna get into that a little bit, but I want to take it back to kind of like your background now. I mean, what were you up to before television? I think I saw that you were a fitness model. Was that kind of like what
All right, so I grew up in Mexico. I left my country at 19. Basically, I had a scholarship in the best private school in Mexico. I had a scholarship from basketball. But like, I'm not 7 feet tall. I'm not black. I don't jump over cars. Even though I could dunk and I was good, but like it was, I had limitations, physical limitations, and I was realistic. But at the same time, I started lifting weights. around college, and I got results really fast, and I realized I have way better genetics for the fitness stuff. Like at 19, I was already the best fitness model in history in the country, and I had no trainer, no coach, nothing. Everything I learned by myself. I never had a personal trainer, nothing. And at 19, I was already the best in that category, fitness model. And I figured, listen, maybe I have opportunity here to, make a name for myself. Like Mexico, there was no culture. I come from a small town, so you don't see people working out there. At least not back then. There was social media was just starting out. Like it was a different world. And I knew that if I wanted to become someone, I just couldn't stay there. So I quit school and I came to America by myself. No parents, no family, nothing.
Wow.
I had no money. I didn't even know English that much.
So
Yeah.
how did you land kind of like your first gig for fitness modeling then? Since you, from what you're telling me, you're kind of on your own, so I'm sure it's a little difficult, right?
So around that time, the social media started. Facebook, Body Space. It was like a social media for like people into the gym, and Instagram. All this. This is so I started lifting in maybe when I was 16. I'm 33 now. So I don't know. Maybe it was like 2005. So by the time it was 2006, I already had decent body. I started putting pictures, and I started getting really good, how am I gonna say, attention online for people. Like I wasn't really that popular in Mexico, but when I first started, but online I got big response, and I got invited to compete in shows in America. I just couldn't believe it. Like a producer, this asking me to go compete where in Miami? Like what? It was like a dream come true, and it felt almost unreal, but it was real. So I went to Miami. And when I saw that city, I was like, wow, this is the place I need to be. I was still going to school and after my first show. So I got a sponsor. They paid for my plane ticket, hotel, registration, everything. So, so this is how the competitions company do that. They find young kids with potential and then they pay for their travels and their competitions. And if they become stars, the company grows because they became stars from the scratch with them. So that's how I got invited, but like you don't have a salary. They just pay for the expenses. So I needed to figure out a way to make money. And so when I first quit school, like I knew I had a chance because I was getting invited to like big shows, getting noticed online, and I had belief in myself. Mm, So yeah, but it was hard. I got no immigration, nothing. Like I didn't have citizenship. I now I'm a U.S. citizen, but back then, like, it was a big thing. So imagine, like, I'm 19, just getting to America. What do I do? I need to get married. Like, I got married within 3 months of getting to this country.
Wow, that's incredible. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I got married, and then I had to grow up super fast. I got married to a single mother of two, and she was way older than me, like 11 years older. So I had to grow up like this. Like at 19, I was I'm a stepdad and start making money. And it wasn't like I just like paid her money to marry. No, it was beautiful woman, like spoke four languages. Like I was 2 or 3 jobs, like extremely. She looked like Megan Fox. Like it was, you know, very beautiful. I never seen a woman like that before in my life. I come from a small town in Mexico, so that people doesn't exist there.
so,
But eventually it didn't work out. But I was married for like 7 years.
oh,
So
wow. So
he, where was
did
she?
you come onto the challenge still married or no?
No, I was already
Oh,
separated.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, from following you on social media, I see you put in work. You don't look like you have like a single carb in your entire life consumed.
No,
So
I do, but most of the time. So when I was competing, I was absolutely obsessed with the competition and all that. And I waited even the last piece of broccoli have to be weighted. I have to eat as- like every 2.5 hours in a day, the small meals. Like I was completely obsessed, and I was in a whole different level. Like take all the steroids that exist, take this competition, 3 days no water, diuretics. It was absolute. So to become someone there, at least reach a top level, that has to be your absolute purpose in life. Like otherwise, you don't get there. And yeah, that was me. Now I don't compete anymore, and I still like to work out and eat healthy, but I'm not as obsessed now. Like I just take it easy now. Plus, I had bad injuries. Like I had a four herniated disc, so like sitting on chairs is painful for me. I don't lift anymore. I work out now with calisthenics, body weight training, because lifting heavy hurts my back.
Mm.
So it took a toll. Like, all those competitions, but I used to love it. So it was my dream, and it came true.
So I got to throw you a little curveball right now, quickly, before we dive into some more TV stuff again, since we're on the whole topic. What's Alon's favorite either cheat meal or snack? Like, say you're not dieting, like what's like your go-to thing to eat?
No, but that's easy. My favorite food to eat is street tacos from Mexico. Where I come from, steak tacos. Those are my favorite. But like, you don't only find the real ones there. Like in Miami, you don't find that. So in the last 12 years that I was in Miami, I would have to settle for like pizza or something like that.
Yeah, I got a bit of a sweet tooth. I'm not gonna lie. Like cookies, ice cream's kind of like if I'm gonna go off, it's probably like my weak spot. Yeah.
So I had a anxiety problem for a little while, and yeah, to calm me down, I was like you, I would get ice cream and chocolate or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know if you knew this, Alon, since now we're going to transition back into TV. You're actually the only cast member to make the transition from not being on a reality TV show originally onto the challenge.
Yeah, I heard something like that. I guess they broke the rules to me. So basically, it's the type of people that needed for like my part. Like it's hard to find a Mexican with like the body type, the personality that I have. It's uncommon. I'm way more open minded than where people where I come from, and I don't know. I just fit the profile that we're looking for at that specific moment. I it almost felt like it was meant to be for me. And at the end, I got injured, but they were looking for someone like me at that specific time, and I guess that's why
Yeah.
they
So,
they broke the rules, because otherwise, like, who else was gonna be?
so the show that you originally came from was Telenovelas. Did I get that correct?
Yeah, novelas. In Telemundo, the soap operas. Is basically called telenovelas, and the one that it was like about people involved with drugs and stuff like that. So I was using guns and beating people up, stuff like that.
Wow. So you were like a full-fledged actor then.
Yeah, I had lines and everything. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty nuts. So how do you feel like they noticed you to get onto the challenge? Because at that moment in time, I mean, now the way they're kind of pulling from like, you know, talent shows and whatnot, WWE wrestling. What in that moment in time, like how did they first reach out to you?
Uh well, it's to my management. I guess they they were looking for someone like me. Are you interested in doing it? Oh, yeah, let's do it.
So you watched videos prior to going onto it, then that you mentioned, right?
I had to watch videos, although I didn't watch many. Maybe I saw like 4 episodes, maybe like two of the previous season and like two of the season before. Hmm. And it's just so interesting to see that, and to see people in real life. It's I guess it's not what I was expecting.
No,
So
definitely.
the people that look like assholes are nice people in real life, and the people that they seem to be nice, they're assholes in real life. It's like the opposite.
Yeah, yeah. But obviously the challenge, I mean, especially for someone like you, it's going to be a little overwhelming. You know, there's a lot of politicking and a lot of deception that goes on, but there's obviously an athletic side to it too. And you mentioned about having a basketball background. I think you were
Listen,
someone that,
listen. Because with the athletics, no one there who compete next to me. I was all state in three sports: in soccer, and basketball, and track and field. And I was a sprinter and long jumper. And in strength, like I was at least in weights for a long time. In strength, same thing. In toughness, like these people, they haven't been through nothing. The only guy there who very deservedly won is Turbo. He's the only one who was at the same level of athletics and toughness as me.
Wow.
No, maybe the only other guy who was as athletic, I think it will be JP from Brazil. But this guy has been through nothing in life.
Wow.
So, uh, but you have to be too heavy stuff to get toughness. And this guy too, but at least he told me a story. He was in one of those shows he won before, and he running in some jungle, and like he fell through to the plants and stuff. He broke his ribs sticking out. He got out, like put him back in, and kept running.
Wow. Holy shit.
Finished won the competition, and then the doctor said him like, "Listen, you should say nothing." He became friend with the doctor. You said nothing about your injury because you said they're gonna send you home. He said nothing. He broken ribs, and he won the stuff.
Yeah.
And then like a month before our season in challenge, he broke his back a month before, and he was there competing, and he was like, "This fucking guy is like a real life Chuck Norris." My
Wow.
respect. He's the only guy who I said is the same level as athletics, and maybe he's a little bit tough because I'm very tough too. I've been through a lot, but like this guy, he deserved to win, I think.
So Turbo came onto that season with you having a broken back, is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Wow. That's actually nuts. And he went on to win what's considered the hardest final in the history of the show later that season. So, I mean, now this is providing a little more.
I broke my back the same way as him when I was 17, and like I told you, I have injuries from lifting. I actually broke my back playing basketball, but so what is this in the vertebrae? They have two little bones sticking to the side. So you break one of those. That's what I mean breaking your back. So something more extreme. That's considered breaking your back because you actually break a vertebra. But still, it's extremely painful. And this guy was like kicking ass. So
Yeah. So I think now that hearing this is it's providing fans with a little more context about you because you were somewhat of an unknown. The guy that we'll get into in a little bit has been under a little bit of a lot of bit of criticism. The guy that replaced you, we'll get into that in a little bit. So hearing that,
you can say hold on. You can say that I'm known. Maybe wrong. I won a world championship of fitness. I was for many years. I was the best fitness model in history in my country. I've been giving interviews on TV since I'm in elementary school. Like, I did interviews because I had a straight A's on elementary school, and I was outside in three sports, and I was projected to be a international TV. So as a kid, like that was very uncommon, and so it's like it's not the first time I do something like public. Or I've been in magazines, I've been in the newsstands in all over the world in the cover. So it's not like I'm an unknown person. I have hundreds of thousands of followers. I have a YouTube channel that I haven't even put videos on like years, and it has like 8 million hits. So it's not like I'm an unknown. Maybe just for the people that only watch challenge and that's it. But like, no.
yeah, no, that's like the whole purpose of this right now is because obviously challenge fans, they're kind of in their own world, and then you're in a separate world, and now we're just kind of trying to give them a little bit of a background. But you mentioned JP and Turbo. I mean, were those guys two of the guys you got along with, or were there anybody else there? Or who?
My best friends. They were best friends. Basically, like the Triple showed up, and he didn't talk to anyone, like no one. The only guy who talked to it was me. For some reason, I gave him. Like he felt comfortable since the moment he got there, but like, he wouldn't talk to anybody else. And I felt comfortable with him too. And basically, I guess we connected because English wasn't our first language, so our speed of communication was about the same level. So we could have normal conversations, but like, if the other people were just like so fast, it was hard to follow. And so I guess that's the reason we were like the first time. It makes sense. He like one can tell when somebody else like is a real athlete and he's tough. Like he could tell. I mean, if you ever have a chance to talk to him, I'm sure he will tell you. Uh, Well, yeah. So like I'll tell you another example. In that thing that where I broke the hand. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but you have to do it more than once because basically they throw the fucking balls and like they didn't give good directions. So some people just grabbed the balls before they went down, and other people like me and Tubo because like if you just grab the ball right there, like it's there's no what was the challenge? Like this is so easy. So we both, because we have the same mentality, we just let the balls go down, and then we went running to the ball for the balls up all the way down. And he and I were like at the top running fast, boom, going down. And then oh well, hold on, we gotta redo it. And like hold on again. So now I have to go through all the fucking hill, and it's very hard. It was very hard, and so by the time I get out to the top, okay, let's do it again. Three, two, one. Like what the hell? I'm already tired. I just went to the fucking hill carrying the ball. Like it's so we have to do it again. So the second time, like it's I'm already tired, and that's why at the end there was a change of terrain, like in the top is soft sand, but in the bottom is just rocks and stuff like that. So basically, when I fell, like it broke my hand in many places. It was a bloody mess. Hey, but I mean, it didn't stop me. I still like roll over, continue, and I was even using the hand. Like I put the poster in place, and I picked more than half of the people with a broken
Yeah,
hand.
yeah. You were one of the top guys to finish from the prospects.
So no, like, and even after the entire this, like when it comes to athletics, I knew that wasn't gonna be a problem for me. Uh, Now I didn't know anyone, so the politics was what I knew it would prove it could prove to be a challenge. But listen, I came to America with no friends, no family, no money, and like I had to survive in real life.
Yeah,
That's hard and like just like act stupid with some people in some house. There's no real life is a lot tougher. Like if you come from a poor background like me or Turbo, do you know his story? He got so many story. Like he told me also he lived on the streets. He was homeless as a kid. And to survive, he would dance in the parks and ask for like tips, so he would eat. No parents. Like this is real life like, heavy stuff. And eventually I think he got into a dancing competition at some point and he won. And like, so you think you can dance or something like that? And that's how he eventually started making a name for himself. Like people like that, that's what you become tough. Or people that what I went through, that's you become tough. Like other people, like this guy Josh, for example, he took my face like, oh my god, this is like, I don't think he has ever had to work a day in his life before Big Brother. He from what I understand, I don't know the guy, so if I'm mistaken, maybe somebody will correct me. But like, I bet he was living with the parents, and like he just by chance go to the thing, and wins Big Brother by acting stupid. Okay, and then like disappears for the scene for a little while, comes back to challenge. Like he's no athlete, I understand. So of course he's gonna get last place. Uh, but he knows how to play the cameras. That's what I was telling you at the beginning. Like I didn't know how much people are either playing the cameras or being a character or being themselves. I didn't know, and he's very good at playing the understand. And he's maybe one of the best, and that's what you need for good TV. And that's why I didn't deliver. So that's why I'm grateful they gave me a chance, and I'm sorry that I didn't deliver. But I don't come from a reality TV background, so I wasn't sure what I was getting into. Like if I got another chance, I know what I'm getting into, and I probably will play my cards different. But like, with the information that I had at the time, I just gave my biggest effort. Like I still have back problems, back pain. I went to the best doctor I could find to inject myself on the back so I don't feel pain in the competitions. Like I did everything in my power to perform and do my best, but uh, it was unfortunate. And the doctor told me that I needed to get surgery right away, otherwise my hand will be fucked up for life. Like I would really be able to move it well. And I still wanted to continue, but the production didn't let me. And now that I'm thinking back, like I'm so glad they didn't let me because now I will have a fucked up hand and I still would have lost. You know, there's no way I was gonna win or injured. It was a good decision and learning experience. But yeah, that's what I think about that. This guy, I guess
But
his personality is good for reality TV, I guess. And maybe in that, if you see it like that, maybe yes, he deserves to be on a show for knowing how to act like a fool on camera. If you can do that, well, then maybe yeah. But
yeah,
my understanding of challenges, it's about competing and about like being an athlete and also being smart about your alliances and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe my perspective, my perception, what I was getting into was a little distorted, or I was a little ignorant, and the fact that he's still there, it proves to the point like maybe it's more about that, knowing how to be a fool on camera and be entertaining. I don't know.
it's just kind of crazy because I mean, fans have been pretty critical of him and the decision to keep bringing him back and whatnot. And I'm trying to remain neutral here. But if I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here, there's a very big possibility, Alon, that if you don't break your hand, that you remain in the game. We may never see Josh ever again. Do you feel like this is a fair thing to say?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That will be the end of him, and now listen. There's many layers of my personality that people don't know, and then I was wanting to share, but like I had a plan. Like I wasn't gonna show everything the first day. I was gonna show layers of my personality as we went, and I just didn't have a chance to let it out. But it is what it is.
I mean, with this next topic, it seemed like you showed your personality a little bit because after the show, I mean, you got into it a little bit on social media with some cast members. I think it was the stem of that was kind of like the first impression video where, I mean, just speaking to you right now, Alon, you seem like a pretty, straight up guy. You don't seem like a bad guy. So I don't know why it seemed like in the first impression video, some of the veterans had some choice words to say about you. More specifically, I mean, Jenna and Nany were a little bit vocal. What really went down with that whole situation? We'll start with Jenna first. I mean, you had tweeted something a couple years ago about kind of like how that encounter went down. I think something to do with like her saying.
Listen, I have no. I know I have no animosity against any of this. If somebody says any bullshit about me, I'm gonna say something back. And so if somebody's gonna talk shit, then I'm gonna talk shit back, right? I'm not gonna let anybody say or disrespect me or even make like bad jokes. But I have no animosity. They are very good at saying stupid shit to get time off camera, and I'll give them credit for that. Maybe I should have been more like that before before that moment because I had said nothing interesting before that, But this is the thing: I cannot manufacture beef with no one if I don't feel like it's legit. You understand? It feels weird to me to pretend to be having beef with someone. But these people, this is what they do for a living, So they know what to say to get camera time, and so that's why I don't. At this point in my life, I don't take it personal. But like thinking back, for example, let's go. You're asking me about Jenna, right? So I didn't know anyone, so I wanted to introduce myself to her, and I told her my name, and like, so my name is this and that, and she's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna remember your name, so he kept walking. Like, okay. I mean, I didn't give a shit at the time. Like, who cares? But then when I saw the other stuff, like the first impressions, like this fucking bitch. So first, I let the first one pass, but like, so if he does it again, like now I had to say something, you know.
So what about Nany though? Why do you feel like Nany kind of said what she said? Like, I mean, she was kind of making you.
To be honest with you, listen, she was hitting on me. before anything. So like I could tell you straight up, whatever she said was fake. Because when we met, she was ready to go, and but like I was just getting there, like I I didn't know what moves to make. Plus, I like the hand thing happened very fast, and so at the moment I didn't capitalize. And, like she's not there to waste time. She kept going. She went for chase. If you remember.
Wow, this is some interesting information.
She went to talk to me first. So and no, she wasn't weird. She wasn't like looking to. Yeah, and when I talk to someone, I look. I think she said I look people into the eyes, but like, what I want to do, like look to the side or no? I'm confident guy. If I'm talking to someone, I look them in the eyes. That's it.
So do you feel like she had that to say because maybe you weren't completely open to the idea of her, or?
I don't even know. I like at this point, I feel like she wasn't on TV for a few years, from what I understand. And
Mhm.
so, like, she came ready to fuck someone, talk shit, take camera time, make controversy, whatever it took to like get a comeback. I think that was what she was doing. Remember, like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say all this. Like, I'm not like I wasn't like a reality TV person in the first place, and probably now even less. Uh, after I didn't make a huge impression, but I'm giving you behind the curtain information. So going back to her, like if she talks shit about, he's so weird, this is fake. This is just like to get camera time, and she looked very interested talking to me, but I didn't capitalize on that, but whatever. I think she's cute. She's pretty. I have nothing bad to say about her. I respect the hustle. That's it. Now
What?
about Jenna, yeah, that's different. I felt like she was a little more stuck up and dismissive. Mm, but who cares? Like,
Yeah, yeah. What was there any? What about any of the other veterans? Maybe did you like, or was it just the same thing of like just
I'll
not
tell
really
you a
talking?
story about Johnny Bananas. He looks like the biggest asshole in history. I already broke my hand. Like I already knew people knew. I already knew I was leaving. So like because I was already leaving, I was like being ignored to the side. Like because why would anybody will get involved with me? Like this guy is not even continuing. So everybody's trying to remember get camera time, make moves. So if I'm out of the game, I'm out of the game. Like it's not worth it to waste time with me. But like, so I was on the side. I was just struggling putting the fucking the thing around it. How do you call it? The bandage. And like nobody was helping me. It was hard to do. And he came and started the conversation. Like he was nice. He helped me out to put the thing. He wished me luck. So he was a good guy in that time. And from everybody there, like, by far, this guy. Well, in a close second, I would say, what's this guy? The redhead guy who shaves his
Wes,
hair. What's his name?
Wes.
Tell me that he's like his rival. What's his name? I forgot. Yeah, those two are the biggest personalities. These by far the biggest personalities, charisma. Like this, not even close. These two guys. Respect for that.
Who would you have picked though? Because obviously, if you were there, you would have had to choose. You would have to choose one of the veteran girls. Which of the veteran girls would you have picked?
Tell a funny story. So, other person has looks really mean is what's his name? Mitchell. What's his name? Hold on. Uh, I don't know. This girl who stole $1 million. What's her name?
Oh, Ashley. Ashley.
Okay, she looks like an asshole in like a mean person. He was very nice to me. Her and her best friend,
Amanda.
and they were very nice to me. And I like her. I like so I was trying to go after her from the beginning, but and I knew she liked me because it's like she will get her face will get red, and people will make fun of her because people will be sad. So, but like so I kept going after her, But then he would change room. It's not, do you see me like follow him around the house? Like this is a stupid. Like I'm not gonna do that. So after a little bit, I just let it go. But yeah, I went for her.
Mm. So would you say that if given the opportunity, you would be open to coming back? Like, was your experience, good enough that you feel like you'd be in a position to where if you had the chance, you would be open to it?
If I had a chance, the only reason I'll come back is because I would like to make it right and like give it a real shot. I hate to leave things incomplete. I hate quitting. That's not a part of me. So the only reason I'll do it is just because I would like to do it right. And if I lose, I lose. But I would like to lose like on my shield, like real, like somebody beat me for real.
Mm.
But that's the only reason. But in terms of like, oh, I want to be on TV again. Like it's like when you never done it before. It's like you have this dream, this aspiration. But once you did it, like it's not the same. In calculating the risk, like you can get injured there for real. I was without being able to exercise or nothing for like 5 months because
Wow.
I had to get multiple surgeries, and the doctors told me you cannot even do cardio and nothing because just the heartbeat and pushing too much blood wouldn't let it heal properly. So it took me out for several months, and to risk that for like for what is too much of a risk. Mm, so the only reason is I will come back is because I would like to make it right. So I will do it probably, but it just because of that reason. Now,
Mm.
if I already lost, if like legit lost in the first time, then I will probably not come back because the risks are too great, and I don't see too much of a way unless I was getting back to every season. But like at this age, like I'm already 30. I will be 33 in like 5 days. And
Mm.
this is for like younger people, so I'm already older than most of these people. So
So do you have any upcoming plans maybe now? I mean, you just mentioned your birthday, but any upcoming big plans, projects in the work, or just chilling?
what am I gonna do? I have several ideas. I'm already starting a production company. I want to start producing content. Like I want to put some good money on it and to make quality stuff. It will be more on the adult side of things. Uh, yeah, I'm not planning on people giving me a job anymore. I have savings and have investments, and I like to do stuff that I like to do for fun, and then maybe make money. So in these days, you can, especially after the pandemic, like you just can make money on the internet. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, in closing, do you have anything that you'd like to promote? Like, I could throw in the description, anything social media wise?
oh yeah, if people wanna keep up with me, just follow me on social media, Instagram, alanvaldez.tv, Facebook, alanvaldez.tv, and then YouTube is Alan Valdez Fitness. I haven't put any stuff on YouTube, but I'm gonna start putting back content. Now I'm gonna do it in English, and it will be stuff for people that wanna get in shape after 30 years old and they wanna do it in their house. I've been working out at my place for years now, and I'm out after 30, so I would like to be an example of the people that just have regular lives and jobs. Because what I used to put before it was about more about what I was doing like before competing and stuff like that, and what I will put now content to just regular people that have jobs or have lives and they wanna still get in shape and you know that I would like to put stuff like that, and so it will be all combined with if when I start this production company, I will put a lot more content for every other social media too. So I will have employees and stuff like that.
That's awesome, man. Well, I had a pleasure talking to you, man. It was a ton of fun now, and maybe filling in some of the blanks that some fans might have had about you. And I'm sure more than ever after watching this, people are going to be hoping that hoping that you're somehow back on our screen, and we're kind of hoping that maybe we got you before. So
Yeah, I would like to just have the chance to give it a real shot. And if people beat me, somebody beats me, I can live with that. But I doubt it. Like I'm telling you, man, I'm a good athlete and I'm tough. I've been through a lot of stuff, and these people are tough. I think most of these people are being pampered about life. They have an easy life, and like they never had to go through real struggles. and just because of that, I think I can beat them. Plus, mm, I don't know. I feel like I was made for that show. Like my set of abilities, I
Mm-hmm.
think. But if it doesn't happen, I mean, it's all good. It was still a good opportunity. I'm grateful that they gave me the chance, and I'm sorry I didn't deliver. I didn't deliver it not because I didn't want to or I wasn't prepared. It was just unfortunate. But
It is what it is, man. But take care, man, and I'll let you know when this is out. I'll link you it.
all right, take it
All right.
easy.
See you, Alon.